Hello, you guys. Welcome back to the Better Than Before podcast. I am your host, Yami, and this is officially season 2. We kind of stopped abruptly, I guess season 1, and it was not intentional. It kind of life just lifed, if you know what I mean. And we are coming back with a bang. I decided the new year was the year that we were going to just start all over again and give you the podcast that you deserve. You know, when I started this podcast, it was supposed to be not stress-free per se, but it wasn't supposed to give me the stress that it gave me. I was just thinking of like the best person to bring on the podcast who can give educational information. And when I started thinking about creating this podcast, it was more of a platform to just come talk, be with a girlfriend or your boy/friend and just kind of be in community and have a good time and talk about, serious things, entertainment, fun things. And it wasn't supposed to be so much pressure. That's the word. So I am walking into this year, into this podcast with hopefully less pressure. And I'm going to try really, really hard because the only person putting pressure on me is me. And so this is me releasing the pressure and just going for it and doing what I want to do and talking about what I want to talk about. And if we have guests, great. If we don't, also great. I am just here, like I said, to kind of be like a big sister to you, a BFF, a cousin, whatever you want to think of me as, and just have a good time. So with that said, this is episode 1, and kind of going off of what I've said just now, I really didn't plan what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to be more off the cuff. And I did make some notes about things I wanted to touch on because I didn't want to forget. But I just figured that this first podcast for the new year and for season 2 would just kind of be me talking about how I want to go into the new year, what I'm leaving behind, and honestly, things that are just coming up. I do want to catch you up though. I have an app now. We'll touch on that in a second, but I do have an app. It's called the Fit Club, and it is a fitness app where you can come and be among women that want to encourage you and support you in your journey of being your best self. So we have a challenge starting today, actually. It's called the Foundation Challenge, and it is a 21-day challenge with 21 brand new workouts. So every single day you'll have a brand new workout, and it's meant to kind of get rid of the all or nothing approach in fitness, and especially starting in the new year, and just work on the consistency portion of it so that after that challenge is done, you have all the tools needed to continue your fitness journey on your own or with a program in the fitness app or just workouts. This is not a quick way to lose 21 pounds in 21 days. That's not what we're doing here. It is just tools to help you, like I said, stay consistent and start 2024 on the best foot forward. We also have non-negotiables for the day that is part of the challenge. If you're part of the challenge, you know what I'm talking about. If you want to join, you can still join us. Go to thefitclub.co online, where you can download the app if you have not downloaded the app before. If you've never downloaded the app before, you do get 7 days free to try it out. If you love it, great. If you don't love it, also great. But you can join us in the challenge anytime. And like I said, it's 21 days. So it's going to be a really quick, easy peasy lemon squeezy challenge. But when I say that, we all know it's not easy peasy, but we're going to get through it. Okay. Let's just chat about 2023 and 2024. So like I mentioned briefly, we kind of let go of the podcast just because I was struggling. I was struggling really, really bad with anxiety, depression. I don't know that it was postpartum depression or if it was just, anxiety and depression, but I just had so much on my plate. Luna obviously is with me all day, and I don't have daycare. I don't have a nanny now. Thankfully, my parents have been here helping out, which has been a blessing. But back then, I think it was 3-4 months when she was 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months, it was really, really hard because I felt the pressure that I had to do everything that I set out to do. The word of the year last year was execute. And I think I shot myself in the foot with that one. I didn't really think about the repercussions of me working so much and not giving myself more rest that I needed. So all that to say is that I got therapy. I started taking some medicine, which I'm now off of. And I just stopped because something had to give. I don't have help. I'm still trying to figure out how to bring somebody on to help me. And I just kind of like exploded. I had multiple panic attacks. And like I said, something had to give. And, I stopped the podcast. YouTube never really happened. I just had so much going on. I think the transition from not having a child to having a child is, very difficult. And I'm sure all the moms out there can relate, no matter if you have help, if you don't, if you have daycare, if you don't, it's a huge transition. And I think I'm still learning. But I am learning to find the balance, and I'm structuring my days a little bit different. And like I said, my parents are here helping. So that is a huge help. But all that to say is that I believe I haven't finalized my word of the year, but I heard this somewhere, and I think I'm like 95% sure that my word of the year is going to be harmony. And harmony means, where's the definition? Hold on, I want to find it. The combination of simultaneously sounded musical notes that's not the one I'm looking for. Which is the one I'm looking for? Let's see. I can't find it. But essentially, I heard somebody talk about it, and I hate that. Actually, I'm going to try to find it because I need to share it, because when I heard that, I was like, yes. Okay, so harmony in this text means a positive state of inner peace, calmness, and balance, as well as a feeling of being aligned with our life, work, relationships, and the world around us. So when I heard that, I was like, wait a minute. Yes, I want more softness in my life. I want more calmness. I feel like I am literally all over the place all the time. And it's almost like I'm in fight or flight mode. And it's not like I am in fight or flight mode. And so I want to really focus on that. And when I was thinking about that, I was reminded of there are some moments in my life where it is super chaotic, but for some crazy reason, I feel peace and I feel calmness. And I'm reminded that that I am the carrier of my peace, not my circumstances, not my surroundings. And that's what I want to carry moving forward into 2024. Obviously, I have to do things for that to happen, right? I want to find a therapist again. The first one that I hired wasn't really the best fit. She helped some, but it didn't feel like the right fit. And then I also want to start neurofeedback. I heard amazing things about that. I have a couple friends that have done it, and it's insane. I've done some research myself about what it is and what it looks like. And I am scheduling a consultation as we speak. So hopefully I'll get that started. And if I do, I'd be happy to share the experience, because if it could help me in any way, I'd love to share that. So that's my word, harmony. And I know it's not going to be an easy feat, but I want that to be a constant reminder for the year, because it's very easy, very, very easy to let our outside chaos come inside in our hearts and our minds. And I think once it reaches our insides, I know it sounds kind of silly, it's really hard for them to come out. And I don't know if that's me speaking from my experience and if anybody else could relate to that, but I know that when I get into that dark space, I feel not only defeated, but like that I can't get out of it. So that's not a place where I want to be. I want the majority of 2024 to be full of joy and peace and harmony. So that's my word of the year. And speaking on 2024 a little bit more, something that I've done in the past, or I've tried to do in the past, is kind of have a reset week, which is usually the last week of December, which is this one right here. But silly me, it's not going to work. Like I said, I think I have one day that I can probably do some things around the house, but it's not going to be the reset that I dream of and the reset that I've done in the past. Like I like to, I don't know, wash my hair, do my nails, do my eyebrows, have everything organized in the house, have a clean house. And as the weeks progressed and, I was in December, I thought, maybe next year, let's try to have December be the month of reset. And it's just tackling one thing at a time per week instead of trying to cram it in a week. Because if you're trying to reset your life, a week is not going to do it, sis. Like, I don't know what I've been thinking. But anyway, maybe next year I'll try December. But I figured that if I just change my perspective on this, it's going to be okay. So what I've decided to do is if I can't get things done this weekend, which is the last weekend of December, all I'm going to do is just do one or two tasks a week in the month of January. So in essence, what I think I want to do is, I want to clean out my bathroom under my sinks drawer or cabinet. And if I don't get to it this weekend, I'll get it done next Friday in my tidying day. You know what I mean? And then I'll do my kitchen the following week, and I'll do my guest bedroom the following week, so that by the end of January, it's all done, and I start, February with a clean clean slate, if you will. So all that to say is that we can just change our perspective and change our framework so that we don't feel super frazzled when things don't go our way, and we can kind of just say, okay, I'm not gonna not have a good year if my makeup is not organized. You know what I mean? So, and it's crazy how changing your perspective can literally change your mood, because I was so stressed over not having an organized house going into the new year. And now I'm like, okay, no, it's on my to-do list. I'll take care of it next week and it'll get done. And here I am, happy as a clam. So anyway, that's that. And then also I wanted to quickly touch on another update from me. Since you talked about this in the podcast last time, I have lost about 50 pounds or so, which I am very proud of and honestly very excited. And it's not so much for the physical change. It's been like transformational inside. I feel, number one, 1,000 pounds lighter. If you've heard the other podcasts before, you know that I'll say that I felt like I was trudging through mud and everything felt so hard. And now I'm starting to feel like myself again. I'm nowhere near where I want to be because I want to work on my strength. I have lost some muscle strength, and I do want to work on that, but I'm feeling so much better. And I just kind of wanted to remind you out there, if you're on a fitness journey or a wellness journey or postpartum journey, give yourself grace. I know that so many of us, myself included, we compare ourselves to, our friend that was pregnant with us, or this random girl on Instagram that had a baby and she has a 6-pack 6 weeks later. Listen, I get it. I did the same thing, but we have to put our blinders on. We have to, because comparing ourselves does nothing for us. And we have to remind ourselves that we're on our own journey. And for me, the times that I was thinking about my body versus thinking about ways I could bond with my daughter, that like wrecked me. I'm like, that's not what I should be thinking about right now. So let that be encouragement to you, because it will go away on its own time. And as long as you're working on yourself, and as long as you're taking the necessary steps to work on yourself, then you're doing what you need to do. You know what I mean? I think the more we stress, the more cortisol we have in our bodies, and the more the weight doesn't want to come off. So just hang in there. You got this. I believe in you. Like I said, I'm not where I want to be yet, but it's those little habits that we create and keep that are going to help us reach our goals. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. I can do a whole episode on my weight loss and what I did and my workouts and my food and all that stuff. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions on that. But I wanted to touch on the Fit Club challenge again. I don't remember if I said the name of it. It's called Foundation. And I think if you are starting your journey or restarting, or just starting again, this is a great program for you to follow. I am doing it with you guys, so I'm really, really excited. If you have the app, the challenge will be live for you come Monday morning, and it is a follow-along type app. So let's say you are joining for your full body workout. I'm going to be doing that workout with you. I'll be leading it. And there's music and there's laughter and, there's a little bit of crying because it's hard. I'm just kidding. We're not crying, but it is hard. It's challenging. You're going to see me be challenged. I'm not one of those trainers that, makes it look like I'm the best at everything. I want to remind you that I am human as well. And I think it's cool because if you've been a part of the app and you did my Empower program, you'll see the difference in my body and in the way I carry myself. I am, like I said, 50 pounds lighter than that last program. And so it's really neat to see myself progress. So I'm really glad that I started the app when I did. I almost didn't because I thought that I wasn't ready enough to, lead these women in workouts and in their fitness and wellness journey. And I'm so glad that I started when I did, because I wanted to remind you that you can start whenever it is. You can start in whatever journey or in whatever part of your journey you're in. So yeah, I'd love to have you. Like I said, the app is thefitclub.co on a webpage, or you can download the app on the App Store, and you would have to search The Fit Club by Yami Mufti, and it'll pop up. But if you do it through the website, you will download the app, or you'll purchase the app through there, and then you go ahead and you download the app, and then you log in with the same email and password that you created on the website. But yeah, this challenge, I'm so excited about it. Like I said, we have those non-negotiables. Actually, let me find that for you so I can share. Even if you don't do the challenge, I think these non-negotiables are really, really great to kind of implement. If not all of them, find the ones that resonate most with you, and you can do that. But hold on, here I am. Here we go. Okay, the Foundation Daily Non-Negotiables. So I want you to wake up on your first alarm. That one's really difficult for me too, but I am committing, and I want you to commit with me, because even when you have something so small like that, you feel so empowered that, dang, yeah, I got up when I needed to get up, and we're setting the tone for the rest of the day. Number 2, while you're there, make your bed. Make your bed. We all know the statistics. If people who make their bed have a better day, blah, 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 blah. I don't care what the statistic is. I just want you to get it done so that when you come home, even if your day was like chaotic or whatever, you have a nice made bed to come home to, We all like a clean space, and I want you to, like I said, create these habits for lasting change. Number 3, I want you to find a morning routine and stick to it. Now, I didn't give specifics. I just kind of gave examples. So you can pray, you can journal, meditate, do gratitude. All of these things are amazing. But you know what is also amazing? Also amazing is waking up on your first alarm, having a cup of coffee to yourself, no noise, no silence, no noise, no distractions is what I wanted to say. And that could be your morning routine, and that's great. I just want you to find what works for you and stick with that. For me, I'm going to try to get up an hour and a half earlier than Luna typically wakes up. She's in this thing now where she plays around with her wake up time, which is not the best for us, but it is what it is. And I want to wake up, have coffee, pray, and journal, and I want to start meditating again. And because looking back, I have found that I have been the most at peace and the most calm when I had a meditation practice. And meditation for me is literally just prayer, but it's just sitting in silence and praying and just just being, just because I realize I don't have time to think during the day. Like I don't think the way I used to think. Like I do not think, period. Like my life is so go, 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 go that I don't have thoughts. Like I don't think about things that I want to do. I don't think how I'm feeling. I don't think, I'm just disconnected from myself. And that is one of the main resolutions that I have for this year, or I should say goals. Because not going to lie, I miss myself. I went off on a tangent there, but that's just something that I'm really struggling with. And I am using the morning routine to help me get back to that, among other things, of course. Number 4, stay hydrated. It's kind of obvious, but I want you to stay hydrated. We are not drinking enough water. And a good rule of thumb is 1 ounce per body weight. So I don't know how much I weigh right now. I haven't weighed myself in a couple weeks, but let's just say you're 185. That should be 185 ounces. If you are 120, 120 ounces. So, or if you want to just drink a gallon, but just hydrate and get your water. Number 5, stick to your nutrition plan. Find one that works for you and do that, whether it's intuitive eating, whether it's macro counting. Find it, stick to it, and do that. I know that, like I said, these are just habits that we're trying to build for the new year. So I don't want you to make like a rash decision. I don't want you to just follow a diet plan or a meal plan because someone handed it to you. Like, I think we are all individual and us individually need a different plan. So that's why I don't really love meal plans. But why I said find what works for you and do that is because I want you to stick with this habit and do it after these 21 days are over. So, yes, next is your daily Fit Club workout. That is a huge non-negotiable. I'm going to try to make that part of my morning routine as well, because I just find for me working out in the morning is the easiest, and it's done. It sets me up for the day, and I no longer think about it once it's done. Next is get outside for a minimum of 10 minutes. This is me putting this on here selfishly because I don't get outside enough and I really need to. We all know the benefits of the sun, vitamin D, it affects our mood, it affects our health, and we just need more of it. So get outside, get some sun for at least 10 minutes. Next is reading 10 pages of a book. So I usually do a fiction book at the end of the night with my Kindle, which has made reading so much more fun and easier. But I also want to do more nonfiction books. I want to do some self-development books, not necessarily like those self-help books that really don't help us at all. They have their time and a place, and I definitely have read a ton of self-help books. But one day I was just like, I'm reading so much of these self-help books, but they're not really helping because I don't know. And that's a different tangent. Let's move on. But read 10 pages a night. Obviously read more if you want, but I want you to read at least a minimum of 10 pages. I want you to find something that you enjoy, something that you're going to look forward to, because I think a lot of us, and I'm speaking for myself here, we are so dedicated and pinpointed at just working hard, reaching our goals, finding the next accolade, reaching the next level, that we forget to do things for us and things that just feel good, things that are just going to have fun. You know what I mean? So another thing I'm doing in the new year is I'm finding a hobby. And I told Taz to find his own hobby too. I want us to really have more, like I said, fun and not just be so focused on work and reaching the next thing. So another tangent, I apologize. So yes, read your 10 pages. Next is no screens 1 hour before bed or 1 hour after waking up. And I am so guilty of this because obviously I work on my phone. And so I'm mixing business and pleasure most of the time. And if I'm honest, I sometimes use that as an excuse, like, oh, I have to be on my phone, I'm working. And that's not the case. Like, I don't need to be on my phone the first hour that I'm awake. Like, I'm not doing it anymore. And so if you need to find something, put your phone in your bathroom or in a different room so that you're not on it first thing in the morning or at night, do that. Unfortunately, Taz and I can't do that because that's how we watch Luna. So we're trying to figure that out. But no phones an hour after waking up or an hour before bed. And last but not least is prioritize your sleep. Again, we're all different and all of us require different amounts of sleep, but all that's saying or asking of you is to, are you going to stay up and binge watch 7 episodes of a show starting at 10 o'clock at night? Or are you going to go to bed at 10 o'clock at night and get the rest that you deserve and that you need? And that's going to set you up for success the next day. So those are the 10 non-negotiables. Like I said, if you're not doing the challenge, feel free to steal this as well and do this with us. If it could help one person, I would be obviously eternally grateful for that. Is there anything else that I wanted to talk about? I don't think so. I don't even know how long this is yet. Excuse me if it's super long. I am, trying to get back in the swing of things and how I podcast. It was so funny when Tabs was setting me up. I was like, do I just start? Like, how do I do this? I forget. But that is it. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. If you did, make sure to subscribe, as it does help me out. And it helps me bring in amazing guests for you. If you haven't given it a review, I'd really appreciate that too. You could also wait for a few other episodes to give a review of how you're really feeling. So don't you worry about that. But thank you so much for joining me, and I cannot wait to talk to you in the next one. Love you, fam. Mwah. Bye.